Hello and welcome to Teen Health Talk. My name is Ina and this is On. Today's topic is healthy ways to diet. And with us today we have Jane Shu, a UC Berkeley graduate. Jane has trained many athletes and dancers on how to maintain a healthy diet. So Jane, tell us why dieting is such a big issue in America.
So actually, did you know in America right now there are about 11 million cases of eating disorders diagnosed. And of those eating disorders, 40% of the anorexic cases are actually in teens between the ages of 15 and 19. And recently there have been reported that even kids in grade school, about 80% of the kids in grade school between grades 1 and 3 want to be thinner. And so, with so many teens and young kids thinking about losing weight and, thinking about their body image, I think it's really important to understand what really is a healthy way to lose weight, to be thinner, and what are some of the methods that can actually be harmful to your body.
So when someone wants to start a diet, what sort of food should they be looking for when they eat?
So I think, really the biggest misconception right now is that if you want to diet and lose weight, you would eat less. And I know I've heard a lot of people who are very proud that they can go through a day of just eating one meal. But actually, this is very harmful to your body. You're not getting the nutrients that you need for your body to just function on a daily basis. And so what you actually want to do is to eat more meals in a day, but less. And when you're eating only one meal a day, your body actually will hold on to that fat in your body because your body thinks you're starving. And what fat is actually just a stored energy in your body. And so your body will think, oh no, I'm not getting any food. We're not going to lose any of this fat on you. So when you're thinking about dieting and thinking about eating and you're trying to sort of eat more meals a day, you really want to sort of hit the five big nutrient groups. And those are going to be your vitamins, your protein, your calcium, your fats, and your fibers.
So you mentioned vitamins. So I know a lot of multivitamins are out there. So would you recommend people, getting their vitamins from natural foods like fruits and vegetables, or from, taking a pill?
So basically, in a day, you do need a certain number of grams of vitamins. And so there are certain vitamins that you can have as many as you want. So for example, vitamin B, vitamin B12, you can actually have as much. And if you take supplements, actually a lot of people do take supplements for that. But there are also certain types of vitamins where if you're taking too many of those pills, you can sometimes get side effects like dizziness or nausea. And for me, I would recommend that you get a lot of your vitamins from natural sources. And so that would basically be from fruits and vegetables. And actually the Mayo Clinic and the Harvard School of Public Health actually recommend that we take about 4 to 5 cups of fruit every day. And a cup is probably about this much, or maybe like just around a handful, so maybe like 5 handfuls of fruits and vegetables. And if you don't know sort of what vitamins are in each, a kind of a good general rule of thumb is if you're going to have 4 to 5 different fruits and vegetables, you can think about eating 4 to 5 different colors. Because sometimes the skin of these fruits and vegetables, the color, are roughly correlated with what kind of vitamins are in there. So for example, if you want to eat, let's say 4 fruits and vegetables today, you can have a blueberry and carrots, spinach, and an orange, and that would be 4 different colors.
And you also mentioned proteins. I know a lot of diets focus on a good source of protein. So what would be some ways that someone can get their source of protein?
So protein, good sources obviously are meats, and white meats are better than red because they do have less fat content. If you're on a vegetarian diet, basically tofu has a lot of protein, and eggs also have protein, beans, lentils, and yogurt. And these days, actually, the Greek yogurts that are coming out are very high in protein, and you can get a non-fat, almost no sugar Greek yogurt that has about 24 grams of protein. And, in a day, actually, a lot of people think, oh, I don't want to eat protein because I don't want to bulk up. Well, actually, protein is really important for your body in general. You need protein to build your cells. You need protein for your immune system. And so actually, for a normal teenage boy, you need 52 grams of protein a day. A normal adult male would need 56, And actually for women, both teenage girls and adult women, just for normal daily activity, you need about 46 grams of protein.
And you mentioned fibers. So where can we get fiber?
So fiber actually you can get from fruits and vegetables. So if you eat that, you sort of knock out two of the nutrient groups all in one. You can also get fiber from your whole grains. So whole grain pasta, whole grain bread. You can get it from brown rice. And other good sources of fiber are like beans as well. And so it's also important, in a day you probably want to get about 28 grams of fiber. And stuff like bread will probably give you about 5 or 6. Fruits maybe like 2 or 3.
Mm-hmm.
I know water is also really important to have in your diet. So how much water should a person drink in a day?
So, you've heard the normal, which is 8 cups a day. And actually, the Mayo Clinic even suggests 9 cups for women and 13 cups for men. Basically, we're going about so much activity during the day now. And especially if you're in a hot region, you do want to drink more. And, I know 8 cups sounds like a lot. That's basically 4 bottles of, those plastic bottles of water. And so what I have been recommending is what you want to do is in the morning, right when you get up, drink a cup of water. Just chug it down. And then right before every meal, drink a cup of water. And that way, if you're trying to lose weight, once you drink that cup of water, you do actually fill your stomach a little bit. And so it's possible that you could eat just a little bit less.
And also a really common phrase that I hear is just to keep everything in moderation. Is that true?
Yes, it's very good to keep things in moderation. You don't want to eat too much of one food group. But there are foods called superfoods, and these foods are just so high in the good nutrients and have so little bad things in them that you can eat them all the time. And a good sugar substitute for a superfood would be honey. Honey is actually very good to put in all your foods as sweeteners instead of, for example, the manufactured sweeteners or even white sugar. White sugar will give you more calories. Honey has other benefits to it and gives you less calories. For the fruits and vegetables, broccoli, tomato, spinach, and blueberries are all superfoods.
So what exactly is in the superfood that makes it so good for us?
So basically, depending on what it is, something like spinach has a lot of vitamins, it has high in fiber, and spinach is high in vitamin A as well, and that's something that's very important for your body too.
So are there certain fruits that someone should limit when they're dieting? Because, fruits do have fructose in them, which, can turn into sugar. So are there certain fruits that, are still healthy to have in your diet, but maybe not as much?
So I would say fruits just by themselves are pretty good. They do have a lot of sugar. So bananas and apples actually have one of the highest sugar content. But in themselves, when you eat them, you actually you will be using the sugar right away. Especially bananas, you can eat one right before, you go to work, you go to class, go to work out. You'll immediately burn off that sugar. And what I would say was if you are getting the fruit in a concentrated juice, for example, apple juice or orange juice has very, very high concentrations of sugar, and actually more sugar than perhaps a can of Coke.
Mm-hmm. And also, you mentioned honey as, being used as a replacement for sugar. So what about artificial sweeteners? Those have 0 calories. Are those, good to have in your diet or?
So, there has been sort of a scare about, these artificial sugars being possibly bad for your body. Right now, there has been no research, or there has been research saying that you can take them and it is okay. For my athletes, I do recommend that they have a natural source of sugar, just, so that everything's sort of natural, your body can take it. It's not something manufactured outside that your body doesn't know what it is.
Now, a lot of people drink